Hey, everybody, this is Mr. Butch from the Moore branch of the Mobile Public Library with his partner in crime.
Hi, Mr. Butch. Miss Rhodes here from the Ben May Main Library. So happy to be joining you to talk about the highlights of what's going on this week and some of the books that we found.
All right, that sounds like a deal to me. Always a lot of fun, especially when you out there have tuned in to see what the two of us are going to be up to. And with the two of us, you can never tell what's going to happen. That's the truth. Mainly because Miss Rhodes you're calm, collected, and yeah, you know, she sort of tries to calm Mr. Butch down because sometimes he can be just a little crazy. But that's okay too, because there's got to be crazy people along with the sane people. That's all I've got to say. So, what's going on this week? I know that you're tuning in, and my program is actually today at 3 o'clock. But what is our program this week, Miss Rhodes?
Well, this week we have the Environmental Studies Center bringing their reptile show.
Ooh, I wonder what kind of reptiles they're going to bring.
Ooh. I know, pretty exciting.
Let's see, I see in that picture you have up, I see a turtle. And I don't know, you think that's a lizard or a Gila monster that's black and white?
I think it's a lizard.
Lizard, okay. And then next to that, of course, is a snake. And then down there in the other corner, Mr. Alligator. Mr. Alligator. Oh boy, I wonder which ones they're going to bring. I can't wait to see. They always have.
Oh, I can't wait to see either. Our show at the main library is on Wednesday at 11 down here at the Ben May. But there are shows all week long, Monday through Thursday. So you can go to, let's see if I have that up.
I know that Saraland and Sims are on Monday with me. Saraland earlier in the morning, and then Sims, and then me. I know those are all on Monday. I'm not sure what days you are on. Wednesday, you say?
Wednesdays at 11.
Wednesday.
I was seeing if I could pull up the schedule to share with everyone. If you go to mobilepubliclibrary.org or slc.mobilepubliclibrary.org, you can pull up a full schedule. This is the week of July 11th through 14th, the Environmental Studies Center Reptile Show, and you can click on times and locations to see all the times and locations. So Saraland Public Library had theirs this morning at 10 a.m. Sims Regional Library, they're getting ready to start at 1 p.m. And Mr. Butch, you'll have yours at the Moore Spring Hill Branch Library at 3 o'clock, like you said. The West Regional Library will have theirs on Tuesday at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Grand Bay Library will have theirs at their show at 2 p.m. Ben May Main Library on Wednesday at 11 will have the Environmental Studies Center's Reptile Show. The Parkway Branch will have the show at 3. And then the reptile show will be at Trinity Gardens on Thursday at 10 a.m. and the Virginia Dillard Smith Tomanville branch at 1. So lots of chances to see the reptile show and find out lots of information about the animals in our area.
Absolutely. And what's great about it is if you can't come see Miss Rhodes on Wednesday at 11, then go on to Parkway or Trinity or Tomanville to see it another day. Or if you need to come earlier in the week, it doesn't matter. Come see us at any of these would be absolutely great. And I can't wait because I love animals anyway. So I'm one of those, if they say, do we have anybody that'll hold the snake? I'll go, I'll do it because they don't bother me. I know which ones not to hold. Let me put it that way.
Right.
So I don't think they're going to bring one that is dangerous. I don't think.
I don't think so either. I think we can trust them.
Yes, we can.
To inform us and to help us to know.
That's right.
Everybody to know.
And then later on, during the week, there are story times at all the different branches and a lot of other neat activities going on. So sign on to your Mobile Public Library website and check out everything that's going on, because there are lots and lots of good things that you can get involved in at your library this summer. And speaking of getting involved, if you read so many minutes, what have you got, Ms. Rhodes?
I have our Oceans of Possibilities reading log to show people that this is how you can count how many minutes that you're reading. Every time you read for 20 minutes, you color in part of the turtle shell.
Wait a minute.
Until you get to 400.
Isn't our theme this week sea turtles?
It is.
And that's what's on the form. Hey, that's neat. I'm so glad we decided to show that to them today with the sea turtle on it, and so they can get their minutes. And right beside you in the back, behind you, is what they'll win for their first 400 minutes. They'll get the nice Frisbee with our 120th anniversary on it. If they're a teenager, they get the prize on the other side, which is the real nice blue water bottle. And the adults can get involved in this too. So get your mom and dad to read with you, because they're getting a super nice beach package at the end. They'll get in the drawing for that. And they'll also, for their first 400 minutes, they'll get the bookmark that Ms. Rhodes was showing you, all with our 120 anniversary logo on it. So prizes. And then of course, at the end of the
really
summer,
nice bookmark. It works.
Oh, look there. That's it. What book is that?
Well, you remember how you recommended the Silver Arrow?
Yes, yes.
Series by Lev Grossman.
Right.
Well, I put a hold on it and I got it, and I have it ready on my lunch break, already bookmarked to start on the first chapter.
I think you're going to like it. I haven't started reading it either. I've got like 4 or 5 books that I want to read, and I can't decide which one I want to start on first, whether it's going to be that one, the one I showed last week about Atlantis. 2 weeks ago that I showed about Atlantis. So I really don't know what I'm doing.
Or it could be this one. Because, I'm going to tell you about another book that we just got in. You might want to read it.
Is it scary? It says Wretched.
It might be. It's a Sinister Summer book #1. So it's going to be a book series. And we just got this first one on June 10th. We just got it in. I pulled this off the new shelf because it really looked interesting. And I wanted to find out what it was about. And now I want to tell everybody what it's about. It's Wretched Water Park. And meet the sinister Winterbottoms. Theo and her twin, Alexander, and their other sister, Will. They're stuck for their summer with their Aunt Saffronia, who doesn't know how children need to eat and can't use a smartphone, and whose feet never quite seem to touch the floor when she glides or walks. And then one day, the weird Aunt Saffronia recommends that they go to the water park. But something is off at the water park. The employees wear creepy black dresses and deliver ominous messages. An impossible figure is at the top of the slide, and the water doesn't look clear and pretty. It's an odd color. And it's up to the sisters to solve the mystery of what's going on.
Sounds sort of scary to me.
Well, it's not put in the horror section. It was in the mystery section. So maybe it's just a mystery.
Maybe it's
maybe
just
it won't scare you.
Okay. You know, Mr. Butch gets scared easy. Look at his hair. He's already got scared so much he turned his hair white. So, well, I've got some books that I wanted to share that are about our theme for this week.
Oh, good.
Is sea turtles. I brought Adelita, a sea turtle's journey. And if you look on her back, you can see she has like a radio transmitter. So this is a real neat book about all the places that she went while she was swimming around in the ocean. So there's one sea turtle book you might want to read, and we just got it in April of this year, so it's a relatively new book. This one we just got this month, Yoshi and the Ocean. And if you look, it even has showing you how the sea turtle comes up on the beach to lay its eggs and then goes back into the water. So this one is a relatively new one. And then one we've had for a little while.
They use the moon to get back to the ocean. If you want to know more about that, you could read Follow the Moon.
I remember one time when I was in Daytona Beach, Florida, I said, why are the lights at the place we're staying, why are they black? They painted black on the side closer to the ocean. And they said that was so that it wouldn't scare the sea turtles away because they might get it confused with the moon. And they might, when they hatch, go in the wrong direction and not toward the ocean. So I bet you that's what that book is about. Mm-hmm. This one's about the trash, unfortunately, that's in the ocean now. Little Turtle and the Changing Sea. This one's about a year or so old. So those are some of the books we have. I haven't decided which ones I'm actually going to be reading to you this week.
When Mobile Baykeeper came, they told us that some of the trash, if it gets put in the ocean, it stays for a very long time.
We're talking hundreds of years.
Right.
And that's so scary because more than once I've seen on television where like one of those plastic bags or those plastic things that your canned drinks are in, they get wrapped around a sea turtle's head or its fin, and then they can't get away from sharks and predators. It's really, really sad. It really, really is. So is that another one up there? The top, baby turtles.
Mm-hmm. It's not specific to sea turtles, but it is
baby about turtles.
All about baby turtles. And this one is a nonfiction one. So it has lots of baby turtle facts, turtle hatching, food, swimming.
Oh, okay.
Baby turtles in general. And then I pulled this one. It's not really a new book. We got it in 2020, but it didn't get to have a lot of time on the news shelf because we had the pandemic. So I wanted to point it out because it's absolutely beautiful. Ocean Waves for All by Stacey McNulty. And the pictures are bright and beautiful, and you learn all kinds of stuff about all the oceans: Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, Indian, Southern. Lots of bright colored pictures and information in this nonfiction book about the oceans of our world. And this one happens to be one that if you were to come in the Ben May main library, some of the sea turtles have laid their eggs. So this one, you take that when you check it out, be sure and leave the sea turtle egg with us at the checkout desk. That way we can return the egg properly.
That's a neat, that's a neat idea.
And then when I was looking at the new bookshelf, if you'll pardon me, I dropped the book. Just a minute. See if I can reach it with my little lever here. Yeah, I did. So this is a new book that we have. It's called Fish and Wave. And I want to point out that we have, like, if you're beginning to read or you're a struggling reader, we have these books that we call beginning reader books, and they have wider font, they have wider margins and larger font that's easy to read. And some of them, like this one, we put the nice green tape on because they're extra easy to read. They don't have very many syllables and they have from very beginning words, but they're still really fun books to read and some really precious little stories. And I just really loved this one. I pulled it and I read it in a hurry. I really liked this one. Look at Wave, and the fish and the wave, and they make friends and do stuff together. So Fish and Wave is an example of one. In this one, the words are actually in bubbles, like to say who's saying the words, but they're not necessarily in all of them, but it's always large font and stuff that's easy for eyes that are just beginning to learn to read and developing.
Yeah, and they're also beginning chapter books in that same area where that one is. If you're trying to move into some beginning chapter books, that one up at the top, I think says level 1.
This one is new, but there are lots of other ones, and we highlight these at our Bookworm Book Club here at the Ben May Library. And so another example would be like Flat Stanley. This one's not quite as easy, but when I open it up, you can see that the words are still large print. There's still a big margin. It might be on blue, but it's a solid blue, so it's easy on the eyes for reading.
Does that one have a number on the front?
Reading 2 with help.
2.
One thing that I have found is there's depends on the publisher. The level might be slightly different. I would recommend you can kind of go by that, but then also like pull it out, like open it up to a page in the middle and start trying to just read to see if it's on your level. Because if you don't only miss 1 or 2 words with the 5-finger rule, then hey, this book is on your level and it's good to go. If you miss 3, you're still probably pretty good, but it might be a little bit more frustrating. If you miss 4 and 5, you're going to need some help with reading that one, or you're going to get really frustrated. So always test it that way to see if it's on your level.
I tell people that same thing all the time about the 5-finger rule. I said, that's the best rule to go by. When they come in and they say, well, I don't know what my level is. I said, well, then let's open a book and start reading it and see. And hold up a finger for each word you don't know. And I say, yes, you can read that one, or maybe we need to wait a little while, or get someone to read it with you.
Or get someone to read it with you so that it's not as frustrating.
Right. Yes, you don't want to be frustrated. You want to love to read and enjoy reading everything. So
there are so many books and so many options. No need to, we'll find something that you'll enjoy.
That's right, absolutely. Now, this week is reptiles. Next week, if I'm not mistaken, it's somebody that likes to throw things around.
Is next
Am
week
I right?
Pirates?
No, I'm talking about our program next week. Don't they like to throw things up in the air?
Yes. The performer next week, not this week that we're just going into, but the performer for the week of July 18th through the 20th will be Ron Anglin.
That's right. Yes, he's come many, many times and always does a great job. Always does a great job. I really like him a lot. So,
but don't miss the Environmental Studies Center this year.
No. I was just letting them know that we still have
weeks to come. We still have Ron England and the Bubble Lady coming after the reptile show this week.
That's right. And then I want to go ahead and put a plug in. The very last week of July, Mr. Butch will be doing his Harry Potter week with lots of neat Harry Potter themed programming going on. Excuse me. So still, don't say, oh, it's almost, summer's almost over. No. We still got lots going on here at the Mobile Public Library. So we hope that you will join us each Monday as we tell you what's going on and highlight some of the books that you might want to read that go along with the theme for that week, and maybe highlight some of the things that's happening at some of the different branches. But